Here we are in the Bonzolium Studios. We're going to compare tonight 3 pairs of hi-hats. In the first comparison, we have 3 separate pairs of hi-hats. Here are a 15-inch Reissue giant beat. I know the younger folks say, like, Reissue, that's 20 years ago, but this is a pair from 20 years ago. This is the actual 15-inch Reissue giant beat pair that was at the Chicago Drum Show. Paiste brought them out. Paiste Bob bought them and then sold them to me. So check it out. These are them.
Nice.
But now check this out.
Sorry, my fingers kind of got in the shot.
That's all right.
For a second.
No, that's the realism of realism.
Also, my hands are shaking from the coffee.
From the 9 cups of coffee that we went and we got some Thai food yesterday. I had Thai coffee and God bless America.
Yeah, I could not sleep. Nice. Deaf right ear.
Deaf right ear, get the vinyl wax.
Yes, hot off the press, folks.
Oops. Original pair of giant beats. This is an actual 1970 pair.
Wow.
Original pair. Giant beat them. To the untrained eye, you might be like, yes, they look like 404s with tighter lathing. Yes, indeed they are fine hats. So again, the reissues, the originals. Okay? And then we have the B20 Alloy Formula 602. These are my own personal stash. We have a 976 top and a 1064 bottom. Better be bottom. Better be bottom. Oh! All right. So here what follows is the video. All right.
Yes. Let us begin.
Let us begin.
Oh.
Welcome to a Bonzolium drum video. Here, finally at last, in one spot for a video just happening as is now in this exact location of space. We have all 3 pair. Well, we have 3 pair of 15-inch Paiste hats. I have a pair of 1970. 1970. Well, what I'm saying is they're white labeled pre-serial. 15-inch giant beats, original. And I also have, then, in comparison, a pair of original reissue. This is the actual pair Paiste brought to the Chicago Drum Show in 2005. And I have them in my possession. So we'll compare the reissues, well, the original 2005 reissues, to the original 1970 giant beat. God, that's a 35-year spread there and a 20-year spread from 2005 to now. But also what we're going to do is I have my personal set. Well, that pair is my set, but these 602s, Formula 602, well, these don't have serials either. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll call everything 1969, 1970, okay? Medium 15-inch hat. So we have all 3 here. So what I'm going to try and do some editing technology where at least once you'll see like 8 seconds of the original giant beat, followed by 8 seconds of the reissue giant beat, and then 8 seconds of the Formula 602. And then maybe loop a couple times. Like with familiar things like the intro to rock and roll, I'll bang out, okay? Hopefully it'll sound good. All right, so that's it. So right now through the editing technology, the edit-y of technology, we're going to start with the original giant beats. Original 15-inch giant beat. Quickly pop on the reissues. Again, 2005. Honest to God, seriously, these are the actual ones. I called it Paiste Bob. I was like, Bob, this is back in 05. Paiste has the frickin' Reissue giant beats here. Came in, he bought the 24, the 20, and the 18, and the 15s. I think he left the 14-inch hat. All right, so this is it. Yeah. All right, so we just had on the original giant beat, 1970, we're calling them, 6970. Okay, so here we go. Not as bright as the original. Now, I'm not knocking it. I mean, I'm going to say it, and I always said this from the frickin' day I first got my hands on the Reissue giant beat, that they were actually like the best sounding all around B8 cymbal, like even including the 2002s. Slightly. 2002s are great, but the smoothness of the Reissue giant beat. But here, so remember, I had up the originals, there was the Reissue, and now I'm putting up the B20 alloy Formula 602 medium hi-hat. Here we go. The medium hi-hat. So those are the 602s. But you can hear in the ICANN sitting in this room, there's a tick, like a metallic, not a cheap sounding metallic, but like a nice high pitched belly metallic sound here. And I miss it. I don't really notice it kind of at all on the Reissue giant beats, and that's because I think that I've said this 1,000 times, but I'm just saying, I think the Reissue giant beats, 2005 to now, are based, the bells and stuff, like the physical design of the bell. It's not the original, more larger domey bell, which gave it sort of a distinct. But I think in the overall scheme, the smaller bell, especially on crashes and rides, is superior. But I notice it in the hi-hats. Somehow in the hi-hats, I noticed there's not quite that ding that kind of goes on. Like here, again, I'll put these back on. This is the Reissue. And while these are this particular pair, I mean, I think the 15-inch giant beat Reissue pair is definitely my favorite out of the. If I had a choice between a Reissue giant beat 15-inch pair, well, I mean, it depends on what gig. I don't know. They're nice, but you don't really. You hear I'm not saying you don't hear a high frequency thing, but it's not like a fundamental in their musical, like whatever it would be, like but up several octaves. I swear. So back to. And then, of course, we will then end off with the original giant beat pair of cymbals. So 1970. Again, these are Paiste Bob's babies. Here we go. There's the There it is. The bottom, you know where that I sing that bottom. It's like where Robert Plant is scatting with Jimmy Page, and it's in Days Confused, like on the soundtrack in the movie. It precedes the. And the original. Softer. But do you hear the bell, sort of? Like ting, like a bell, man. Listen to that, though. And again, associated, yeah, that's the thing. Like rock and roll, the studio recording. Is it a pair of 15-inch giant beats? Is it a pair of medium 15-inch Formula 602? It's not a reissue pair of giant beats, but it also could be probably a pair of 15-inch Formula 602 Sound Edge. But there's something about the intro. I know I've said this before, I don't know if anybody's ever caught it, but there's something strange about to me, the studio recording of rock and roll. It almost sounds like Bonham recorded the intro like in a separate nugget, and they somehow put it on to the arrangement or the nugget of arrangement of song they had. Does anybody else notice that? It's weird. It's a velocity thing happens. Like it seems to speak, but I don't know. Does anyone else know what I'm talking about? But again, so what we're going to do right here at the end of this video, we're going to go from the original 15-inch giant beat through, right after this, we will go to the reissue 15-inch giant beat and then to the Formula 602. And then end there. So here we go. So everything, get the yayas out with the frickin', these are Black Label 2002 70s mediums, 1820. But so here we go. All right, quick. 2. All right, we're back, Rod Action, and here is Poof, the reissue pair. Again, 2005, the actual pair at Chicago TM Drum Show. And then the 602s. B20 medium 15-inch pair. This video has been brought to you by Deaf Right Ear, my band. Contact me, bonzolim@gmail.com, or on the Bandcamp DRE Deaf Right Ear Band. It's an actual vinyl album. We made all originals. contact me to purchase one. If you care to, I would highly advise it. They're all original, handcrafted tunes. Thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't. See you next time.